Hello and welcome to another English episode of the Whiteball podcast, VP-podden. It's as usual me, Johan Kato, who will host this, and we will later on be joined by Tobbe and also Olaf from the Carmichael Kennel in the Netherlands. Unfortunately, we had some technical issues that made us lose the first 10-12 minutes of this episode, but a little bit later I will try to recap what Olaf said during that time. Before that, I just want to encourage everybody to go to our website and look at the statistics from the EVPL weight pulling. We have now all the statistics from the 2024 season. We try to add some more uh, features on the website, like track records from the different tracks, both in pound for pound and most weight pulled. We'll start with the pound for pounds. Yeah, so please join that and or explore that. I mean, and then also try to visit our sponsors' websites or Instagrams or whatever. The sponsors are Monster Pet Food and AXA Sport. I'm sure they have something that will intrigue you all from this moment or at this moment, more to say. Yeah, okay. So this episode we are joined by Olaf, American Staffordshire breeder from the Netherlands. He has the Carmichael Kennel. Olaf is a real veteran in the breed American Staffordshire Terrier. He started 31 years ago by buying a White Rock dog. Um, this is for those who are the Amstaff nerds. They know White Rock and Dick Pasco, and this is at least a dog that Olaf started with. It was a house pet, and after a couple of years, he and his wife decided that they should breed. And Olaf is breeding and showing dogs, especially. That's the big part for him. He has actually nothing to do with weight pulling, but he is a really good show breeder, and also he has been showing a lot of dogs and is very very successful. Not only as a breeder but also as a show winner. He's been winning a lot. He's have world winners and champions in several countries, and also he's in his breeding. He's been selling dogs all over the world, and he's been judging also all over the world because Olaf is also a FCI judge for the American Staffordshire Terrier, the miniature terrier, miniature bull terrier, and the bull terrier. Yeah. So and a lot of some other breeds as well, mostly terriers. So this is a guy who really knows dogs and especially the American Staffordshire Terrier. And during his years, he's been uh, in contact and actually befriended a lot of the really big names and breeders in for the American Staffordshire Terrier. Those are typically from the U.S., like Dick Pascoe with the um, White Rock Kennel. So and Olaf really knows a lot of information, and he has a lot of knowledge from those guys who was in the golden age, as it called in the American Staffordshire Terrier. It was the 60s and 70s in the United States. That was the golden ages, as it called. And Olaf has collaborated and visited a lot of those people who were very active as breeders at that time. And when you calculate backwards, so 31 years ago, it was in the mid 80s. So yeah, it's been doing this a long time. Yeah, as I said, unfortunately, we lost the start of the episode, and we will join it quite abruptly. But when we're joining, Olaf was talking about how the breed came to be when the immigrants from yeah, England and Ireland went over to the States, and how they mixed the bull and the terriers. Yes, the same as we heard Marco talked about a couple of episodes ago. So yeah. Unfortunately, as I said, we lost the start, and but the ending is really good, I think. And Olaf is really a joy to talk to, and he has a lot of knowledge. And I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Thank you.
Known as English Stafford, was recognized by AKC, and then the Staffordshire Terrier was named American Staffordshire Terrier.
Yeah. And at that time, because when it pretty much was a people terrier, and then they renamed it to Amstaff, and in that time the size of a male was at the most 25 kilos.
Yeah, I mean there was much more. I mean, if you see the pictures of the in the beginning of the breed, the boys that look like now are bitches, and still are feminine bitches then. So the evolution of the breed is that they get bigger, heavier, stronger, and they are not supposed to be that heavy and strong. And we have a bitch in our house, and she's like really old style. And I mean, to be competitive, then I want also to have more. But I mean, this bitch looks like she is from the 40s, So and Dick Pesco, the breeder from White Rock, unfortunately he passed away 2 years ago. But he told me once the best fighting dogs were the bitches from 20 kilo. That's what he told me. So because if they are heavy and strong, they are not that fast, And if with fighting, and I think it's the same with weight pulling. If they are, I mean, with weight pulling they need to go only one direction, I think. But with fighting they need to turn and to switch, and if they are fast, they have the other dog. They can bite the other dog faster than the slow one, So
yeah.
It was a little like the talk we had with Marco regarding the Staffy. This with the size and.
Yeah. Is it Marco from Holland, the Staffordshire Bull?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was the same thing there, that the breed has gotten bigger and more heavy set. And well, I had my boy that I had, it was a really big one, but and the most embarrassing thing actually was one show where I went with him. He was 31 kilos.
Yeah, but still, that's not that big and strong, in my opinion. But
no, but he was the smallest at that show, and that was and that was fortunately I've seen the last couple of years that the trend has gotten on the other side now, at least what I can see in my contacts. They get a little bit smaller again, or it's just my small window.
Yeah.
It's probably maybe some breeders are working on that and keep the good size. But I mean, and at least we have a preferable size. So we have 17-inch for a bitch and 18-inch for a boy, preferable size. And then in the standard size, more important are the proportions.
Yeah.
So you cannot penalize a big dog, but of course, as a breeder, we like to see good sized dogs, So
yeah.
But if I talk about size, then that's the height. But what really what happens is more they keep the size, but they want more weight.
Yeah.
So
so they get a really heavy body on a shorter statue.
And and then the graceful part is gone, So they must be powerful but still elegant.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a bodybuilder; it's a triathlete.
Yeah, exactly. And because you're not your only a breeder, Olaf. You're also a judge, and judging not only Amstaffs, but when you are traveling around in Europe and judging, is it a lot different from country to country, or do you feel that it's
I don't know what you mean in size or in quality.
the size and mentality and everything?
Yeah, I look more after the quality. Like I was in 2019, I was in Russia judging 155 Amstaffs, and like the quality was really good. On every show I did judge, there's always maybe one or two who doesn't have the good temperament. And for me, the temperament is the most important from everything. If that's not good, I will never reward a dog who have not a good temperament. That's for me the most important. But in size and no, I cannot say. I mean, of course, I was at some countries, but I was not all over the world. I was in Australia. I was in Moscow. I was in, of course, France, Finland, Croatia. Yeah, but I cannot say that country has like bigger. I mean, but in Australia, I did have 90 dogs to judge. There was some really big ones. I put up a dog what was too heavy and too strong for my preferences, but there was like he could move, and he did have real good proportions. And for me, movement is one of the also another important thing. If a dog can good move, he is well built. So yeah, but I cannot answer your question if I say okay, in that country are there bigger ones or smaller ones or heavier ones. I mean, I did do last year Amstaff Major. That's for the non-show people. That's the biggest specialty from our breed in the world, and there was 200 entries. Yeah, I saw bigger ones. They came from like 18 countries. So, and of course, I know most of the dogs, but I mean, I don't know every dog is from that country. So I cannot answer question in that country or bigger ones or smaller ones. Cannot answer that.
No. But so that's actually quite good to hear. So it's more or less no country at least that sticks out in any way. But when you talk about good temperament, how would you define a good temperament dog?
Yeah, I did, last year I did give a seminar in Czech Republic. It was my first seminar ever, and I did have help for somebody who put the PowerPoint presentation together. But my seminar starts with first introduction for myself, but then about the first topic I say temperament first because that's most important, and then I have 2 videos at the dog show, and one video is that the dog that the judge want to go over the dog and the dog go away, like is shy, don't want to be touched by the judge, and I put a funny music on that video. And then the other video is that the dog by another judge and he will be examined, and the dog is like wiggling his tail, want to jump or give kisses or whatever. That's for me the right temperament to humans. So they must always friendly to people or children, and never shy or aggressive to people. To other dogs, they need to be on their feet. They must be ready for everything. So if there's kind of a bit dog aggressive, I don't gonna say I prefer that, but I kind of like that because it's from original. This is a fighting dog, If they are afraid to do something, then there's also something not good. And again, I am not supporting dog fights. I want to say that. But with this breed, they need to have some temperament. and that's for me is also part of the temperament.
Yeah, the brave part is one of the things that I really like with these type of dogs, and that comes from the dog fighting world. We are against dog fighting, but the fighting has given some really good traits in my mind to these dogs, that they are brave, and they're really friendly to people.
They need to be brave and bold, and the reason why they need to be friendly to a human, in the past in the pit, if they were fighting and the referee need to take the dogs from each other, that's why they need to be friendly to human, So
and that's, I think a lot of people don't really understand that. The aggressiveness towards other dogs could be there, but that doesn't equal aggressiveness to people.
And again, if you sell a puppy to a person, I always advise them to go at least first year to dog school. I mean, if it's nice if the dog is social to other dogs, and if you train them at a young age at the dog school and let them play with each other and everything, then there's a bigger chance you get a social dog. And of course, for 90% of the people, is that much better than to have a dog who is kind of dog aggressive towards other dogs, So
exactly. And I was when we talked to Marco, we heard that this mentality test in the Netherlands wasn't there anymore. But is it?
Still there.
Still there. Yeah.
Yes, the Staffordshire Bull is don't have them, but I don't know the year anymore. Actually, I was with my first dog at the first temperament test. So I think we are talking about 96, 97, I think. And there was like 5 breeds who are obligated to do the test to get pedigrees. And it was the Dogo Argentino, the Amstaff, the Mastino Napolitano, and I think Rottweiler was, but they took it away. So I think it's now the Villa Brasileiro, Mastino, Dogo, and Amstaff. Obligated. But the Staffy Bull never had it, But it's like kind of discrimination to me, because I think a shepherd or whatever can also bite hard. So they should be every breed should be tested, in my opinion. Then.
And a more appropriate test also.
Or maybe that's if you want to breed dogs, you need to do an exam or get a license to breed dogs. So that should also be not that, but unfortunately, it's also about the money,
Of course.
I remember like 5-6 years ago, checked what like 100 kennels in Sweden that were saying that they were breeding Amstaffs. That's crazy in my mind. Sweden ain't that big.
And then from this 100, how many are breeding serious? And I don't say not every breeder need to breed for dog shows, but I mean doing the health test, selecting the people, at least support them to go to the dog school the first year, and But I mean, most breeders just want to do litter for extra money, That's by the
and it's I'm not sure how it looks now, but we had a scare here earlier this year and in the end of last year with starting to be discussion about banning BLS also here in Sweden as it is in Norway and Denmark, but then they realized that a lot of the registered, we had one agency that everybody pretty much registered their dogs in, and a lot of dogs was registered as Amstaffs. But when you look at the Kennel Club, it was 10% of the dogs that was they had a pedigree. So
that's here the same. All the bite accidents who was in the newspapers, on the television, whatever, here was all without pedigree, and not only about my breed or this breed or our breed,
Mm.
but for example, the French bulldogs was tested here with the Brachycephalica, with the breathing
Yeah.
problems, and then this the one who did test it, then it turned out that 9%, there was like big score that they was unhealthy, and then 9% did have a pedigree, and on from this 9% was 2% who was bred about the club rules,
Yeah.
but they in the newspapers French bulldogs are not healthy,
Yeah.
No.
No.
So,
Exactly.
and I think in every breed, in every country are some breeders who are serious, and but the most of them they do it for money and they are not serious, and these people they should stop. But
Yeah.
we can
The pandemic really showed it.
that help that
Yeah.
helps help too on that, but I think we cannot save the world, so
No.
No.
We have to do our part to just to
Yeah.
make sure that
yeah
all they do is good at least. Yeah.
I was into I don't know if you have Oktoberfort is Animal Day here. I don't know if it's also in your country.
No,
No, anyway,
we have something. I don't know what it is, but yeah.
we it's called Dierendag, like Animal Day translated. Last year, on that date, was one of the ministries did announce they want to ban the fighting dogs in Holland. So on the same day, I got a phone call from a television program, actually the news program, who want to interview me. So I say okay, no problem. They came. They did record. There was 2 hours in my house. They recorded 1 hour, and at the end they sent only 5 minutes, and it was kind of positive. So it was, but I mean, they always ask you some questions about that fighting part and everything, But it was funny because I did have 5, 6 dogs in my house, and they can all be together. And then the people who asked the questions said, "Are you not afraid for some dogs of you who want to bite?" And then I said, "Hey, hello! You just came into my house with 3 people with boxes of cameras, and the dogs did want to kiss you. So you missed this to record it. So and that was on the news. So that was kind of good, So but these people always want to have like something. How say it in English? They like that's news. If it's like exciting or
sensational or something.
sensational, that's the right word. So if it's too sweet, if it's really sweet, then it's not interesting for me.
No, and it's quite amazing when I've been visit you a couple of times, and it's always 4 or 5 dogs, and it's always very.
I show you.
Yeah.
The pack.
That's how it looks. Yeah, that's the evil fighting breeds. Yeah.
But it's not. My experience is that not in every kennel this 5 dogs can be together.
No.
But there's mostly also I don't say always, but you need to be the boss, So and some breeders can control 1 dog. Let's say 5, So and they end up living in crates for 22 hours if they have a lot of dogs. So that's not the way to keep dogs, in my opinion.
No, I agree totally. But you have at least like the last 17 years, you have had one of your main bitches living at home all the time, or Vega. I'm talking about.
I have right now. We have 6 dogs in my house, but we have also a lot of dogs co-owned.
Yeah,
and because I don't have a big farm or big land, so I have like kind of normal house for Dutch rules, and I need to have the help from other people, from co-owners, to continue my hobby. And I mean, many of these co-owners became friends as well. Some has like 3 or 4 dogs for me, and but I have right now 1 boy and 5 girls in the house.
Yeah,
and the oldest one is 17 years and 8 months. Then I have two sisters from 9. That makes 3. One bitch is 2, 4. The boy will be 2 in December, and I have now one young puppy from 5 months.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But it's
That,
does the
that's
older
a back.
dogs make sure that the new dogs they know where they are in the family?
in the ring, yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm self-employed, so I always take 3 dogs with me to my company, and the other 3 are here in the house. And yeah, it's that works real good. But I'm happy with my co-owners that they give me the possibility to use their dogs for showing and breeding, so that I can continue my hobby.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you still go over to the States for the big specialty show?
Yeah. I was there from 2001 till 2018 every year. I visit 35 times the US only for the dogs. But in 2018 was my last specialty to attend, because 2019 I was judging in Australia, and it was always also our big vacation. So then we
Yeah.
did vacation in Australia. 20 and 21 was COVID hits us. I was supposed to judge them to judge the regional specialty in 2020, and also in Brazil, the first national specialty, but both didn't go on because COVID. And then last year I didn't also go. Next year I will be there because I need to judge a big show next year in America, and
Okay.
then it will be in the same weekend of the national specialty. So next year I will be there. But I mean, we also compete with our dogs the first time in '07, and then we took like from '07 to till '18 we did compete with our dogs in the US. So
Yeah.
they did go with us on a plane, but I start with €150 each dog for one way flight, but now it's 450 each way.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh.
Yeah.
it's really
Yeah.
expensive. So I don't know if I take dogs next year.
No, I can understand that.
Yeah.
But is there so that the am stuff, is it because it's an American breed? Is it a bigger breed in the amount of people that own them in the States, or
You
is
mean
it
if the entries are bigger? You mean?
entries? Yeah, pretty much, and also the breeding overall, or is it?
Yeah, no. It's a funny story because I don't know if you ever was in America, but for the list people who listen, some who was in the States know it. If you arrive with your plane, the first thing what you need to do is to get through customs, and that's always a pain in the ass because sometimes it takes 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours to go through customs, and then you got some questions about from this person who check you in the country, and often when we travel with dogs, then you need to fill in a paper what you bring. If you bring livestock, you need to put it on the paper, and then they ask what are you what then the one often the question was what are you gonna do with the dogs here. We go to the dog shows. So can you win money is then the next question, because if you want need to, if you can win money you need to pay taxes over it.
Yeah.
And then they ask the breed, so then I say American Staffordshire Terrier, and then 9 out 10, or maybe probably more, 10 out 10 don't know what an American Staffordshire Terrier is. And then if you say pit bull, then they know what it is. So it's
Yeah.
not, but I mean, it's for example the same in Holland. Kooikerhondje is a Dutch breed, and it's also not famous here. And you have probably also a Swedish breed, probably also not famous in your country, I think.
Yeah.
So it's not the numbers at specialty last year, 18 when I was there, was like 140, I think. So not
No.
impressive. But in 2000 there was 400. So
Okay. Yeah. But so pretty much the breed is more or less a show breed in the States, and then the pit bull is more the pet,
yeah,
the home
yeah,
pet. Yeah.
the AKC people is mostly the dog show, but there's also other kind of there are also rankings in agility and dog diving and how do you say it, with searching for the rat? I don't know
Yeah.
how it's called.
Yeah,
They are all
Ratting. Yeah.
they're all kind of dog sports there, but they have also ADBA, and that's probably the weight pooling
Yeah.
people by that
Yeah.
organization. I think I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't know about that. So
No, I don't have the really good knowledge about how things are in the States. I know that there's a lot of different organizations that do a lot of
yeah,
different stuff with.
different. But I mean, it's like every country is still the dogfighting happening, but one nice experience and story is I visit one time John Colby, and it's probably the grandson of the one who starts, and that they was famous in pit bulls. And I was in Texas, and then the kennel manager of White Rock, Carla Restivo, knew John Colby, and it was like 2 hours drive from her. So, and she asked us, "Do you want to go there?" So, of course, I want, because that's part of the history, So I visit his kennel, and there was all dogs on chains, and like they did look like fighting dogs. You could see that, but I mean, and then we did go into the house, and there was like a television screen from 10 by 10 meters, for example. I mean, like huge, big.
Yeah.
Not 10 by 10, but like 4 by 4. I mean, big. And
Yeah.
then he explained that one of his dogs won this television with a fight, So that was that's a nice experience to see. I have it on videotape somewhere, but
Yeah.
I did just want to go. That's because it's part of the history of the breed.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, the Colby dogs are before 1936 in most of the pedigrees of the Amsterdams.
Yeah. Yeah. I recognize that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
But-
I'm back.
Awesome.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I actually remember the question. In the Netherlands, how has the breed expanded or decreased during?
What means expanded or decreased? Like growing up? you
Yeah,
mean?
pretty much the amount. How popular is the breed compared when 31 years ago when you started? My idea is that it was quite small. It
Yeah,
wasn't that many dogs.
the breed was introduced in my country in 1984 by Henk
Yeah.
Stelwagen, and he got dogs directly from export kennel on Ormsbury. I started 93, so that was kind of 9 years later. Well, when I started 93, then maybe in my city we have 80,000 people in my city, and then there was maybe 5 Amstaffs.
Yeah.
And now you see them on every corner. The question is if it's with the pedigree,
Yeah.
But yeah, the numbers at the dog show did go down, and that was in the past. Was it higher? But
Yeah.
yeah, I think man, we call it in the gray circuit. It's what we say here, that the dogs without pedigree that raised like crazy.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean the numbers. I cannot find them now, but I
No.
mean I could informate about the numbers. What every year, how did it
Yeah.
grow? But I mean,
Yeah.
we don't have many serious breeders. What I call serious breeders is people who do serious breeding with health tests, show their dogs, at least go to the national specialty once a year. It goes
Yeah.
down. It goes down. So
Yeah.
it. But if you want to have the numbers, I can search for them, and that you get the numbers. But it's
No,
not.
it's more the more important is what your perception of it is actually. But regarding the health tests, what kind of health tests do you do
in my country to get pedigrees, we
Mm.
need to do the temperament test and ataxia test.
Yeah.
Without this test, no pedigrees.
No.
But
No.
but with the temperament test, there are some breeders in my country where the stud dog failed the temperament test, and they sell the dog to another country, and then they can use the dog, and then the kennel club accept that, and they get pedigrees.
Oh.
So that's like So
Oh, that's a crazy workaround.
yeah,
Yeah.
for every rule you can make something. You can make an exception that you still can do it. So, but if you want to play
Yeah,
honest,
I've heard
Go ahead.
about the same thing going on in Staffies. Dogs changing countries and being used in breeding and so on. So
Yeah.
But so let's say in Holland we need to do the temperament test and the ataxia test. Beside that, I do the hips and the elbows officially with X-rays. I go to the cardiologic for a movie of the heart, of an echogram, and then I do the patella. And then we do some extra DNA test. Where now it's something I don't know even what HLUU. It's for the slokdarm, for the throat.
Okay.
And also the stones in the bladder. That's an extra test. But for me, one bigger issue is, and I'm happy I don't get. I have not many issues of this. Is the skin issues? It's of course it's one thing in our breed. What's definitely an issue. I don't know if you see that in your country, but I mean I see it everywhere where I come. I have always dogs in my ring where the skin is not good. Not from every dog, but at least some dogs.
Yeah.
And that's mostly because we have to dilute the blue ones. I know in Staffies you have also blue, but it's not that common. But, in Amstaffs, we have so many also breeders who only want to produce blue ones because they sell easily or better or whatever.
Yeah.
And without knowing any knowledge, and then if you cross the dilute ones with each other. Yeah, I don't say it's a guarantee for skin issues, but at least it's a bigger chance of skin issues.
Yeah.
I remember it was before the pandemic. It was like 70% of all Staffordshire Bull Terriers registered in the UK were blue.
Yeah, and
that's totally. But that was all about making money. So
money, it's just money, But I mean, 80% or probably more breed for money. I think from the breeders.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
probably feels like that. But regarding the colors of the dog, I really like the dark brindle ones. It's my preferred color, but I see a lot of whites and with more pied. I think it's called with red, with more and more white and less red in them. Is that a trend that still is going, or?
Yeah, it's personal. When I bought my first one, I did say I want everything except brindle because I hated at that point. Now it's my favorite color,
Yeah.
But color is just something cosmetic, So it's the less to worry about. But I mean, of course, I can understand that everybody has preference in this. And when I'm judging, I don't have give a shit which color it is, except if it's not complete white or the colors who are not. What is the standard say? Not. Cannot find the word, but in the standard it must not be. Cannot encouraged. That's what I think. That's the English word. En niet in Dutch is mag niet aangemoedigd worden. Anyway, if it's either if it's a blue one, the dilute one, I don't care when I'm judging. In breeding, I try to get away from it.
Yeah.
As a judge, I don't care if it's a blue one and it's good pigmented and it's a good dog, he will win.
Yeah. But
Or not,
when
not a good dog, he
yeah,
must be the best dog. But I mean,
yeah, of course.
I don't
Yeah,
care if it's
it's the difference to judge and to select for breeding. It's two very different
yeah, yeah,
tasks. Yeah.
yeah. Of course, in breeding, you're looking for to cross with your bitch, and you're searching for the what's the what positive things the male has can bring to your bitch.
Yeah.
But it's still selection. Dog shows is selection,
Yeah.
and breeding is also selection. So
Yeah. But what are the key things that you look for when you select dogs to breed?
to breed, yeah, it's my goal is to breed the show winner, of course. But the
Yeah.
show winner needs to have a good temperament and must be healthy. And the I mean, if a dog has not good temperament, I don't gonna breed it. I mean, if I have a dog in my house don't have a good temperament, he will be sold as a pet.
Yeah.
So I don't breed that. I don't want to use a male who don't have a good temperament.
No.
Um, I did use dogs with frozen semen. Some I never saw 'em, but I mean,
Yeah.
the people I know the dog's temperament was good. Otherwise, I should not have purged the semen. So
Exactly.
that's one thing. And then yeah, then I mean, pedigree wise is also important to me because I don't. My dogs are mostly my dogs are line bred and not they don't have a scatterbred pedigree with all kind of lines in one dog. So I
No.
look for a certain line, and then what for me important is the shoulders and the forehand of the dog because that's a real issue in the breed, and that can be important also for the weight pulling, I think, because yeah, weight pulling they need to pull, but I think I don't know how important the chest is for the weight pulling, but in in Amsterdam, the problem is to find a dog who is really good angulated in the front. It's hard to find these
No.
days because
Yeah.
they
No.
the shoulders are too straight up or the upper arm too short. I mean,
No.
no substance, no fill in the chest, no chest. So that's I try always to find a good dog with good shoulders,
Yeah.
and I guess
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, in weight pulling, I think that that's an important feature as well. Just for
Yeah.
them to have it's the most of the pressure comes at the front of the dog, and they need to have a strong front, and they need to also, if they have a chest with better angles in, that they will be able to use their front legs as well
yeah,
Yeah.
and move them freely. Yeah.
a
Yeah.
well constructed dog is fit for function, whatever the function is, you know. So
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's yeah. I think there's a lot of people that underestimate that part of breeding when
yeah,
it comes to weight pulling dogs,
but
especially
Yeah.
because they think they only need to have drive, but
yeah.
they need to
Yeah.
be structurally sound as well.
But I think
Yeah.
I mean, it took me also some years to understand how the front angulation works, you know, because it's.
Mm.
But I think also most breeders don't know how it
No.
what a decent front is, you know. So e- even some judges don't know it. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, and if
No.
it is like you say that it's hard to find dogs with
Mm,
good
it's a problem. It's a
fronts.
problem in my breed. I was at the Bully Ganza show this weekend in Italy, and there was 140 Amsters.
Yeah.
And I was mentoring there was two judges from USA and there was bull terrier people, and they were studying for Amstas, and they asked me to mentoring these two ladies, and I did need to, and they tried to, they asked me to explain me how a good dog with a good front, you know. But I mean, there were 140 dogs, and if I say there was maybe 10 with a decent front, then it's maximum, I think.
Yeah.
That's just a big problem in the breed.
Yeah, and then it's even harder for breeders and
Yeah,
dog owners to know how it should be, because they
yeah,
only see the less
Yeah.
good
yeah,
examples.
and
Yeah,
it's also about education. Huh?
yeah,
If you start to breed if you want to breed, and if you start breeding, I think the right thing is to find a good mentor. Huh? To
yeah,
find a
Yeah.
person who's like long in the breed. Uh, Also achieved something. I mean, some people are like years in the breed and never bred one champion, you know. So, or even as a weight pool champion
yeah,
or
Yeah.
confirmation champion, whatever. I mean, but if you find the right persons, they really want to help, because I think
Yeah.
somebody who's long in the breed, they love that breed and they want only that the breed is going to be better and not worse. So
Yeah.
yeah,
but you need to have to you just come up by the person and ask him, and then I think at the end you will be happy if that person gonna help you, because and maybe you have two mentors or three mentors, because
Yeah.
uh, you can learn from everybody, I always say. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
always
so
better
true.
to get information from a lot of places. Then it's
yeah, and
easier.
at the end you need to make your own decisions, of
Yeah,
course, but I mean, I'm happy. I did, as I told you, I did visit the US 35 times, but
yeah,
I'm happy I did met and talked with Bill Peterson, Fred Sindeler, Dick Pesco, Richard Gray, and what's the other name? I cannot find them. Maar Nico noemde hem altijd. Pearl Harbor. Weet ik weer? Another Ruffian breeder from Texas. I
yeah,
cannot come up with his
Mm.
name. Hendrik. Niet Hen. Yeah, I cannot. Well,
yeah,
later.
Well,
I mean, and then not to forget, I attend like 4 times the seminar from Sarah Nugent, who was a breeder in the past, but she is the lady who did put up the breed study by the STCA.
yeah,
So yeah, and I mean, I'm happy I did have the chance to meet these people and talk with them, and yeah, I think I got not more stupid from this, only
yeah.
get more information, you
no.
know.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, these are names of really
Yeah, this all
really
this,
big names in the breed.
yeah,
Yeah,
they all every name I named, they bred at least 40 or 50 years.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
And during the golden
yeah, in
areas,
a big
as I
area,
say,
yeah,
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 60s and 70s, I think was
yeah,
the height of the
yeah,
popularity, at
yeah,
least in
yeah,
the US. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
I visit Dick Pesco White Rock Kennel 25 times. I visit Richard Gray 3 times. So yeah, and I have all in video. So it's wonderful memories. Too bad I
yeah.
cannot
Yeah.
visit them.
No, it's yeah. Time is bad in that
Yeah.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a road we all need to take, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have anything, Tobbe, to ask or
No, not really. Been interesting to listen.
yeah,
Learning a lot. I mean, I've been in the outskirts of the Amstaff world for quite a while, so it's interesting to hear more. And I mean, even though I've been on the fringes, I knew about Carmike as much because of you, Isabel, and Tina.
yeah.
So, um, no,
But
so
That's
the
actually a nice thing. Some of our listeners they've been judged by Tina Jokela. Yeah,
yeah,
she was the most feared judge ever in
yeah,
weight pulling.
I
Just
can I can
yeah,
I
yeah,
can I can imagine that. I mean, she's a tough lady. So
yeah, she's
yeah,
really tough, and she's
yeah,
super hard, but she was really fair. She judged everybody the same way, and
yeah,
she has now gone over and do only shows and breeding Amstaffs in
my
Finland, and it,
that's probably my fault.
Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah.
think that's your
Yeah.
fault. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was my guess too.
Yeah. Yeah, she started with some Carmichael's dogs, and and
yeah,
continue in the same direction. Feels like.
yeah. We kind of work together. I mean, I did have dogs from her, and she has dog from me, and yeah, we became friends, and it's a good relationship with her. And I did, unfortunately, I had one bitch. It's a funny story because I went. We have like a ranking in Holland for every show counts, and then at the end of the year you have so many points, and then that's number one dog, number two dog.
Mm.
Anyway, I think I was at 3 dog shows, and I took a boy and a girl, and I won with the boy, but I lost with the girl like 3 times. And I hate losing, So
Yeah.
anyway, and she just had a picture post of one of her bitches who was like 1 year, 12 months, 30 months. And I lost 3 times from the same person. And again, I hate losing. So I saw that Tina posted that picture. So I called her. Okay, so what about that bitch? And is the photo photoshopped? No, it was a good normal picture. So but I want that bitch here for shows. And why, she said. So I explained it, and then she said, okay, no problem. I bring the dog to you. So that she bring the dog to me, and I start showing that dog, and yeah, I won big with her, big. Like she was 3 years in a row the number one dog, number one MSF on the country. I became reserve best in show from 5,000 dogs.
Ooh.
Finished in like 10 countries. Anyway, like a big show dog. Then we bred her with frozen semen in the first litter, and she didn't get pregnant, so it was not a litter. Then I did do the natural breeding 6 months later when she came in season, and then she got a pyometria and was almost died about that.
Ooh.
Almost didn't survive. So anyway, she did have surgery, and yeah, unfortunately never produced never one puppy. And then Tina did want her back, so Tina took her back, and yeah, that's a sad story about
Yeah.
Tora. And from the other hand, it was a
Yeah.
great story because she was like winning big, But
Yeah.
unfortunately, we never got one puppy out from her.
Oh, that's a pity. Yeah. Tura,
Mm.
I've seen a lot of pictures on. She's
Yeah.
a
Me
really
too.
really nice looking dog. Yeah.
Yeah, I won the Finnish national specialty with her. I did fly with her to Finland, and was like an entry of, I think it was 150 Amsterdam. I think she was best in breed. So, and even best in show, she did also one from. It's the best in show because the Amstaff compete to the Staffordshire Bull. So
Yeah.
best in show sounds a bit strange, but I mean she won also there for from the Staffy Bull. So it was
Yeah.
was a nice day.
Yeah, I can
Mm.
imagine. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you also has had some dogs that actually went a lot far up in the big shows, not only in the breed but also in the group
Yeah,
and in the total.
I have uh, in Holland. There's only 3 Amsterdams who became best in show. I know in Sweden there's only one. I think it's Doodlebug Tippet Henke
Yeah.
was best in show. At least was the first one in Sweden, but in Holland there's only 3 Amsterdams who became best in show, and the first two. One was Willywood High Tech, was a cropped male from America, bred by Bill Peterson. The other one was Woods Diamondback Dragon, imported cropped male from USA. And then the third one is my bitch, Carmichael's Liar Pants on Fire Spot, and she became 7 times best in show. So she is
Yeah.
the only bitch, the only dog bred in Holland, the first one, the first bitch, the first dog born in Holland who became best in show, the first one with natural ears. Until now, it's only the 3M stuff. So
Yeah.
and she became 7 best in shows. She won a best in show in America. Yeah, she is 3 times world champion. So
Yeah.
will be hard to get another one like her.
Yeah, she's was is really special. Yeah. And for the listeners just who haven't done any showing, it's really really tough for
Yeah,
uh, for anybody pretty much from the terrier group to be in
Yeah,
the top in the show, to
yeah,
get best in show, and especially Amstaff is really really rare.
yeah.
To spot to
yeah,
have so many, it's
You
yeah,
need
it's
also have
amazing.
you need also have a little bit luck. That's
Yeah, of
also.
course.
But you need
yeah,
also have a good dog. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
because a bad
yeah.
dog will not end up that high.
And
exactly.
I don't think when I'm sitting here listening, I mean, yeah, I'm not a show person and probably never will be. But um, hearing you talking, Olaf, how you select dogs for the breeding and the important parts for you, I mean, that's sound dogs, no matter what you want to do. If you want to do shows, you want to do weight pull or agility or whatever. So,
Yeah,
um,
I think an Amstaff is similar to Staffy Bull, your breed, then, but they
yeah,
are dogs what can do everything.
Yeah,
If they
yeah,
if they are bred, well bred,
yeah,
good socialized, and have good education,
yeah.
and they are healthy, huh? Sometimes I mean
Yeah.
you can
I
use.
mean, a well-built dog with a good temperament and yeah, good health. I mean, no matter what breed, that's a good dog. So
Yeah,
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. And I still have a dream to show people that you can still have a really good show dog, and at the same time have a really good
mm,
sport dog.
Yeah,
um I
definitely.
think
It's in story. I remember from Dick Pascal, and if I asked him about his favorite dog, then he said always it was Indian dog because
yeah,
the dog was 24 times unbeaten in fighting.
yeah,
And after that, he went to the dog show and finished his confirmation title.
yeah,
yeah,
So that's what he did like, a dog what could work, either how you want, how you call it
yeah,
work, but also he
mm,
could also go to the dog show. So
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, and
yeah,
that's really really nice. We have a couple of dogs that been doing good in like I'm not sure, it's rally obedience, I think it's called. It's some kind of obedience, at least here in Sweden, and that are good show dogs. But in
yeah,
Wakepool, we actually only have one dog that been
but
excellent in both.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think most people they focus on one thing, either as obedience or agility or dog show or weight
yeah,
pulling,
yeah,
whatever. And I think
yeah,
I think it's good if you specialize in something. But for the listeners, I think it's always nice to go to the national specialty of your country
yeah,
once a year, either it's
mm,
Finland or Sweden or whatever, and show the confirmation people your working dog, and that they also well constructed, and that how they looks, and it's a good day to come together and talk with each
yeah.
other.
I'm
So
gonna
even
do that in Sweden next year. Go to the
yeah,
yeah,
specialty show. Yeah,
even if you are not a show person, go to that national specialty. Maybe you see that certain dogs what you can use in your lines for his qualities. I mean, it's
yeah,
always interesting. So
yeah,
and you support the breed club because
yeah,
yeah,
I think in every country they have a hard time with losing members, and
yeah,
so I think it's important to join the club and
yeah,
support them, especially with this breed, because if you have got
mm,
the BSL and problems with the law, if you have a strong
yeah,
breed club with a lot of money, they can help you to
yeah,
survive to breed dogs. So
exactly.
yeah. That's the thing here in Sweden right now. The Staffy is the fifth biggest breed in registrations, and the Staffy Club is huge. Or yeah, they got about around 1,000 members, something like that. And the specialty show is like the biggest in the world. It's like
yeah, I know.
three to five fun. Yeah.
I heard about that. I
So
mean. Uh,
yeah,
that's nice, But I mean,
yeah,
even but if you have listener who has have M staffs or either have Staffordshire Bull,
yeah.
or bull terrier, or which kind of breed else,
Yeah.
support your national breed club. Go to there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I mean, I don't gonna say you need to go to every dog show, but at least go
Mm.
that once a year to that special show what your club organize, support them, be a member. I mean, being a member, it's 20 euro, 30 euros, or whatever. It's
Yeah.
like not a big lot of money, and yeah, it's for the for the future for your for your breed as well.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that's really good because yeah, they need all the help they can get, and it's also I think to show people if you have a sporting dog to show them that they are also, as you said, well constructed, and they might look a little bit different when it comes to size or their condition, but there are
Yeah,
still good
but I mean,
constructed dogs. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, as a breeder or as an owner, you are proud of your dog, and
Yeah.
at most specialties you have breed specialists,
Yeah.
so they know the breed, even if it's a working dog or a show dog. I mean,
Yeah.
and okay, you never must expect you're gonna big win or win big,
No.
but I mean, you are proud of your dog. Show the crowd your dog, and yeah, and you get the chance to talk with breed fellow breed lovers. So yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for me, it's for me the most perfect day what there is in the world. You know, so
Yeah. That's some really good words. Well, awesome. We've been doing this a little bit more than an hour now. So after the technical issues, we finally
Yeah.
got some steam here.
It wouldn't be the pod if there wasn't the technical problems.
No,
No.
I told him that earlier here. Yeah, always
Yeah.
some technical issues.
yeah.
Great, Olaf. Is there anything you want to add regarding the breed or?
No, I don't know. If I mean, if there are any questions from people, they can always contact me by messenger or email, whatever. So I'm welcome to answer questions. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm always interested how what's going on in the breed in other countries. So, but I got judging appointments for next year in Sweden. So I gonna see it. Gonna see
Nice.
some next year. So.
That's awesome. Then I know which show I will attend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I hope.
Probably me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, would be nice to
Yeah.
meet you there. That's
Yeah. It's been way too long.
yeah,
It's
true.
been really nice, Olaf. Interesting.
Really, really nice. And
Thank you.
I really want to thank you for
Well, it was
yeah.
fun, and again, if there are questions, I'm happy to answer them. So
Yeah.
Perfect. Great.
good.
Then yeah, awesome.
Have a
Then
nice evening.
yeah, you too. Great.
Okay, talk to you later.
Thanks.
Okay,
Yeah, we do that. Okay.
bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Do a
End
little bit.
this.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
end this. Yeah. To end this, then thank you for listening, and make sure to visit our sponsors, Monster and AXA Sport. Links below or wherever you can find them in the descriptions. And well, it's nice to do some more English episodes, and we will
It's
try to
interesting.
make and we will try to make some more. We have updated the web page with all the results from the EVPL season 2024. And all the results are up there with all the points and everything. So make sure to check that out also. Great. Thank you very much today, Tobbe. Let's
Thank
do it again.
you. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Great.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.